Ew. I didn't have that much time today, so I'm going a little, how do you put this? Lowbrow. What am I talking about today? Well, I am a behemoth, an S-rank monster, but mistaken for a cat, I live as an elf girl's pet. Now you know you're getting something good when it's a super long name, basically a paragraph. Yeah, that basically gives you the gist. This little thing here, which is on something special, huh? Is a behemoth. I guess you could think of like I think they're in like what, Final Fantasy. I think has them. Just big monster. Let me go to it. This thing right here. It's basically like, oh, he's in like the juvenile form, so he looks like a little cat. And I'm gonna be straight up with you here. This series, you know what you're getting. Um, I don't even know what to give it. Frankly, like a 4 seems relatively fair, but the art is. I, I hate to say this, but even when it's not, this kind of art, like even when it's just like, them talking or in like a fight, the art's really good. So I have to give it like the general rating might even go up to a 6. I don't know, it's crazy. It's really crazy for me to say this, but like the art is like weirdly good. But yeah, the general idea of the series, this guy, it's not an isekai, he's still in his world. He's just reincarnated as this thing. And he ends up, this elf doesn't really know what he is. She thinks he's a cat, and then she ends up adopting him, basically. And the only... It does have a through line in terms of a plot, to a degree. Like, they're going to, like, save the world from this, like, demon lord kind of situation. But that really doesn't matter. The only purpose of this series is, like, fetish bait, horny... You know. You know. You know. I mean, you know, you know, right? You know, um, it's fetish bait. Just constantly throughout the series. That's all it is. That's all it's trying to be. This elf ends up finding out that she thinks he's like a different creature, like not a cat, not a behemoth, like this other creature called an elemental cat. And apparently, I feel horrible saying this, but, but apparently, they're able to be compatible with any other race. Oh god. Oh, it's horrible. And then she ends up being real into him. Because he's her little knight. And in his previous life he was a knight and he acts so knightly. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. I really didn't have time, and this was like the only thing I could think of off the cuff that I haven't talked about recently. It's horrible. There's a lot of chapters. I won't lie. There's a lot of stuff, but it is purely for fetishes. It's like, here's a new thing, here's a new fetish. It is bad. The story is real bad. It is just this horny freaking elf girl going after something she shouldn't be going after. And she is really going hard. I mean, you don't really see, like, anything explicit, I guess. Like, you're not going to see them, like, straight up... No, but... It's getting close. I think the weirdest part about this series is that, like, strangely enough, there is, like... there's this horny bait plotline, but there's also like a normal power scaling plotline. Like it's just a normal isekai kind of story fantasy thing, which is really weird because I feel like they never, you know, intersect in any way. Like there is actually power scaling, like, oh, the main girl gets a new power, oh, the main guy gets a new power, oh, he does this one thing to absorb a new power, they get a new enemy to fight. But then it's like horny bait, horny bait, horny bait, horny bait. It's like, it's the strangest combination of storytelling that I've seen in a while. And they're really going all in on what they like. That's all I can say. They like what they like, and they're not ashamed. It has like every kind of thing you would see fetish-wise. I mean, like, we straight up see like this girl is a reincarnated dragon, and she wants to, you know, procreate because he's the most powerful thing that she's seen. And it's getting close, and every character you're gonna see this. There is no deep element to this. It is exactly what you think it is from the surface level look. Again, like I said though, there is like a weird storyline behind everything that's kind of progressing. And it's actually like fine. Like it's a relatively decent story on the side, weirdly enough. But like there's so much of this going on that I feel like it's kind of hard to focus on like any actual storytelling. It's so I mean I don't think that really is relevant that much in terms of rating it. I struggled to come up with words to talk about this series because it really is this. And that is it. That is all. That is all it is. This. She's crazy. There's other characters, I guess, that show up, but they're all kind of irrelevant. And all the basic idea of the series is, like, pretty much every character likes him. Which is really gross because he's he's not a human, and he's not like humanoid, and it's just like ew. Yeah, I don't know, that's really all there is to it. I mean, they just kind of go through random isekai story tropes and then have a lot of horny bait into disgusting things. I guess we can do the old SAE. I don't know how relevant it is to this, but it's story, art, enjoyment. Story's like a 3. I don't know, there is story to it, but it's way more about the horny than it is about the story. Art-wise, it's really good art. I know the subject matter's not good, but the art's really good. So it's like an 8 or a 9. Enjoyment's like a 3. I don't know. Like if you read into it, I guess it's kind of funny, and like there's some elements like where it's like okay, but like Jesus Christ. I'm just gonna say 4. I think that's a fair bet. It's unabashedly doing exactly what you think it's going to do all the time. That is really the gist of it. It's like, story-wise, you know what this is. You know what the story is. Art-wise, it knows exactly what it's doing. Like, there's really not much more to say, so I feel like a 4 is about what I'd give it. I mean, if you're looking for that kind of thing, I guess it does that fine, but yikes. Yeah, I wouldn't cover this if I had anything else, but I really don't. Maybe the title and the thumbnail clickbaited clickbaited somebody, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. I'd appreciate it if you could, like, comment, subscribe, maybe leave another story you want me to read down below. Even if I've read it, I'll read it again. I don't really care. And, yeah, I'll see ya.